Alright guys, this is Setback once again. Obviously you could notice I'm recording in a little bit different position than usual. I don't know why, I just felt let me try switch the camera angle up a bit. Because you know, for the past 100 and, I don't even know now, I just slipped my mind, 100 and, I don't even know what video this is, 106, 107. The past couple hundred videos I've always been recorded in the, you know, opposite angle of this, but I figured let me try it this way, just to see what happens. So, look guys, the last video we talked about a lot of things when it comes to dream reality and physical reality, the senses and the difference, how to distinguish between the two. And since that, you know, a lot of people made a lot of comments, people have came up, you know, sending me mail, talking about a lot of things. Yeah, look, all the things that I talk about in the videos is just information, man. It's for you to take, see what you're gonna do with it. Perhaps it can help you in your life and your journey, and I hope it does. But one issue that I do want to touch on is, you know, I've talked about this in the past with suicide and things like that. And some of you, and you guys know who you are, you send me mail sometimes asking about, pretty much trying to get me to give you the okay, indirectly, to, hey, go ahead, commit suicide, do it. You know, that's not what my channel's about, man. And you're never gonna hear from my lips telling you to, giving you some kind of okay, or indirect okay, to go ahead and keeping track of time and commit suicide and do all these kind of things, because, you know, it's like, I mentioned this before, the people who say that they want to do it, do they really want to do it? Because like, they've been talking about it for ages and they're still on the channel, and that's a good thing because it means they're still here with us. But, you know guys, my videos from day one have always been about returning the power to yourself and being strong. And it's like, you know, over here on this channel, you know, SUMARI Dark Arts, is all about recognizing your own individuality, recognizing your own multidimensionality, and recognizing that where the true source of your power is coming from. So, you know, from day one, I don't do magical spells, I don't do fear-mongering, I don't do, you know, a lot of things that people don't delve on or dwell on and delve into as far as limitations. You know, it's all about you understanding where your power is coming from. And here's an interesting bit, right? Now, I don't have long, I might follow back on this like I did last time with a few videos back to back, but here's an interesting point to think about, right? And I find this very funny. People who believe in the power of God, like, they'll tell you that, like, oh, you need to leave all that stuff alone, it's all this sad and Samari things and it's evil, and, you know, only the power of God can protect you, only Jesus can protect you. But those same individuals run out, and as soon as something goes wrong, they need a protection spell, they're pulling out the Bible, they're quoting verses, Luke, verse 6, John, whatever, calling all these things out. And they're putting crucifixes over the doors and St. Michael pictures, and they're doing all this stuff, but yet they believe in the power of God. It was like, which is it? Do you believe in the power of God or you don't? And I know I must have touched on this before in some past videos, but it's like, you really got to question, man, like, do these individuals really believe in the power of God or Jesus Christ or whoever they claim? Because every time you turn around, they seem to be very paranoid to me. Anything that's out of the ordinary, they immediately jump to the worst case situation. They need all this protection. Guys, for the 1,000,000th time, you don't need protection spells. The knowledge of where your own power is coming from is a protection spell, if you want to think in those terms in itself. You never heard me go into, I need a protection spell because of whatever, something happened to me or I'm getting a strange feeling. And it all comes from the recognition of yourself. I mean, we've talked about this enough. Like, I I probably will get into it at some other points, but it's unnecessary. Somebody's coming down the steps racing. Sorry, though. But you know, that's just how it is, man. You know, so a lot of things, a lot of times, protection spells, people, when they can't find these things, then they want to come with, well, maybe I should just kill myself. What are you supposed to say to that? The person tells you that they want to commit suicide. It's kind of like, well, what are you left with after that? As a family member or as a friend, when you're dealing with individuals who are family members or friends, I mean, obviously you're not going to say, well, fuck it, just go do it, go kill yourself. That tough love approach works on some people, right? Some it doesn't, and you got to be careful who you're using it against. I'll give you a good example, right, from my personal experience. I know it's noisy. When I was younger, right, this is going way back now, like early teens or something, you know, relationship shit, young, naive, didn't know anything, wasn't even awake yet to myself. I had this girlfriend, right? It was my first so-called true love, or whatever you want to call it, and she ended up cheating on me with my best friend. That's when I learned, don't mix your friends with your women, because shit is bound to happen. First early life experience, right? Best friend stole my girlfriend. Oh, not even really stole. That's what she wanted, and that's what he wanted, so they were meant for each other. But anyway, long story short, they ended up hooking up, right? So, you know me, I'm young, 16. Oh, I want to die. This is the worst experience of mine. At that time, it seemed like it, because it was like my so-called best friend. We were friends for years, and this other character came in, and they all were in cahoots against me, like some Caesar level shit. But anyway, so, you know, I was tripping. I was like, oh, I want to die. I want to kill myself. Oh my God, it's the end of the world. How could this happen to me? Remember now, young. Really young, first experience, first sexual experience, so obviously most people trip out on shit like that, especially if it's your boy, so-called friend that does it to you, best friend at that. And you know, my grandmother, oh man, you know, these old souls that just know how to deal with it. Like I said, tough love doesn't work on everybody, but it does work on some. She would be like, oh, you want to kill yourself? Go ahead. There you go. Hey, you know where the knives are at? Knives are in the kitchen, second shelf. You know that? Go ahead, kill yourself. But guess what? You'll be dead. That bitch is gonna cry about you for 2 minutes. This are her words now. I'm quoting her. She said, that bitch is gonna cry about you for 2 minutes, and by next week, she's gonna be fucking somebody else. Now I know that sounds a little harsh, but it was true. It was true. Think about how many people that went and killed themselves because their girlfriends or their boyfriends or husband and wives or whoever cheated on them or left them for somebody else. What happens? Yeah, they might cry for a minute and feel guilty about it, but they end up moving on. You'll be dead, and now they're with somebody else. You know? So the moral of the story is, when you think about committing suicide, is it really worth it? Is it really that bad? I mean, think about it. I know some of you contact me, right? And you're like, whoa, my life, you don't understand. And Seth, it's so difficult, brother Seth. You know, I got no this, I don't have that. Look, man, if you're on the end, I'm not saying that you don't have a bad situation, right? I'm not going to downplay whatever your private experience is. I'm not going to say that it's not valid, because we all go through things in our lives. But if you're able to watch me on the internet, watch my videos, recognize that you do have a family, and whether it's the one you want or not, but you do have a family, at least when it comes to levels of dealing with consciousness, multidimensionality, things like that. Life isn't that bad, because it's not like you have nowhere to go to. You have a support base. It's here. But a lot of you want more, you know, and sometimes you have to take what you can get. You know, I understand. Excuse me. You know, a lot of people don't get what they want. You don't get the women that you want. You don't get the choices that you want in life. But when you talk about you want to kill yourself, it's like, is it really that bad? You got to really analyze, because sometimes shit ain't as bad as you think it is, man. There's others out there with situations 10 times worse, you know? So you got to really question, man. And I've said this before, right? I mentioned this before in the past. It's like, when you talk about the idea, the concept, I want to kill myself, what are you really saying, right? Because it's like, a lot of you say, well, the power, because I'm a part of all that is, then I might as well, there should be no problem. I'll just kill myself and I'll return to all that is. And I'll have all this power on the other side and I'll do this, this, and that. Now, here's something to think about, right? Because although that may be true, here's something for you to dwell on. If you can't handle your situations in this physical life, and if you claim life is so hard and woe is me, everything's so tough, nobody likes me, I don't have friends, and I don't have money, and I just can't take it anymore, and life is stressful every time there's something happening on the news, and if all that bothers you, and you feel this much in a weakened state here, what makes you think that you're going to magically just kill yourself, and now you're going to end up in this more spiritual realm where you have complete powers of the universe to do anything you want? Look, guys, I know we've talked about this many times, and it's true. You are a part of all that is, and you have all these amazing abilities. But there's still the shit that goes on even when you leave physical reality. The trials don't end. Now, when I say trials, I don't mean as far as like you're gonna be always tested and there's someone above you giving you these hardships. But what I mean is that there's always going to be thought forms, there's always going to be situations that are going to come at you, even when you're in a non-physical reality. You know, you should be feeling like this. Because I know I'm more powerful, I should be making this the most amazing experience that I have, being that this is the last one. I'm sorry for the shaking camera, guys, because it's freezing in this hallway I'm in right now. But, you know, you got to think of it like this. If you know you have all these amazing talents and you know you're going to go afterwards, what is the rush to get out of this reality? It's like, unless you're in a dire situation where you're being fucking tortured day by day and there's no end to it and you see no end to it and the only way out is death, that's another story. We're talking about something completely different than in those situations. And some people end up in those kind of bad situations where that's happening to them. And I see that. You know, me too. Shit, if I was being tortured on a daily basis, yeah, I might talk shit to the torturer person who's doing it, but at some point I'd be like, all right, I had enough of this shit, I'm out of here, boom, and I'll find a way to get out. But most individuals are not going through that, right? And you're gonna make this the best life you can, man. I mean, whatever it is, get creative. And that's what I'm saying. If you can't take physical reality as a test of your creativity, this is what I'm saying, right? Look at it as, all right, if right now in my life in physical reality, if this is not what I want, this is not the situation I want, I'm not living the life that I feel I should be having, then make it better. Find a way to change it. Everything is a test. Look at physical reality as a test in reality manipulation. I'll say it again. Look at physical reality and all the things that you think are difficult for you in physical reality. Take it as a test of your skills. You're testing your skills in reality manipulation and how you can make life better for you. And just testing your ability, because remember, when you leave physical reality, this is when you're really gonna be up. I mean, if you can't handle this, a physical reality where at least shit stays stabilized, and you know, we talked about this in the past, the images that you see are stable and they don't jump randomly from one thing to another. How are you gonna handle talking about a non-physical reality where shit is always on the flux? You know, things are always moving around, things are changing, your slightest thought projects you to wherever you need to be. Guys, there's no hell, there's no heaven and hell. Heaven and hell are options for individuals who want to go there. So if you don't believe in a hell, you're not going to go to a hell. If you don't believe in a heaven or nirvana or any of these places, you're not going to go there. You're going to go wherever you believe you're going to go, or wherever your thoughts in your previous physical life take you. So if you believe you're gonna burn in fire, I said it before, bring the suntan lotion, because that's where you're going. You don't have to go there. You don't have to go there, but that's where you're gonna go, because this is where you think you're gonna go. So talking about suicide, I wanna kill myself, shit ain't that heavy, guys. It really isn't. Like I said, I know a lot of people do have bad lives, but sometimes even those situations are not unavoidable. If they had the multi-dimensional frame of mind, they would say, all right, this shit is whack, I'm changing this up. And they will find a way to manipulate that reality where they would take themselves out of that experience. And it takes skill and technique, but it's not impossible, man. I might have to come back on this because, like I said, I'm cold, I'm sitting in the hallway. And you guys do need some more videos, at least for the weekend, you know. So, just some things to think about, guys. Talking about killing yourselves, or at least trying to come to me to get the validation or the okay, you ain't gonna get it from me, man. My channel's all about strength and power and recognizing who you are. I don't do that weak shit, man. I just don't, man. You know, it's always been there. Who's been the one from day one telling you, oh, I saw a shadow being? Who's the one that was telling you, hey, man, that's a part of your own extension of your own consciousness. Talk to it. It's a part of yourself. Oh, I saw a demon. Hey, man, fuck that. Demons ain't shit, man. Those are just thoughtful. You can control that. You have the power of everything. Oh, man, I saw a ghost. Hey, man, forget about that ghost. Don't worry about that shit. You don't need a protection spell. You are the protection spell yourself. I mean, all this stuff, who's been telling you this from day one? It's been me. Set. Your brother said. So, I don't do weakness. I just don't. Because it doesn't help you in the long run. You know, I could tell you all day, oh, you gotta do a protection spell, you gotta get hoofer dust, you gotta get a nail from the crossroads, you gotta do all this shit. It's not gonna benefit you guys, it's just not. If you wanna be powerful, if you wanna be strong, if you wanna use your abilities to levels that you can't even imagine, that's what I'm here for. If you wanna cry about protection spells, or you wanna kill yourself because you don't have friends, or nobody likes you, this ain't the channel, man. If you want to be powerful, this is where you need to be. If you want to be weak, there's other places to go. Now I gotta get out of here. I gotta get back to class. But we'll talk again. Hopefully I'll come back today later on and continue on this. But SUMARI to everybody out there. And this is Set. I'm out.